Satanic Poem lights off and on. In the seventh legs turn. The dying and diseased masculine supports and churns. Nargargole continues to yearn for his mark with art and meaning that he has earned. What Christians actually believe, I'll comment on this before going. Showing our love of God by keeping his commandments is far better than pretending like someone else can atone for you. The most merciful can and should forgive people. Guilt, shame, and fear are the most natural drives. Those are to help us make and correct decisions without being continually pushing, if that is done. How can so many women trust a faith that downgraded women in its old and new sections? Jesus came to restore the actual law, plahose, and the other prophets didn't say they were old or new covenants either. I would never accept a faith that treats sex or women's blood as dirty in itself. Keep away from? Yes. But dirty in all cases? No. Palu means man of the city, and he was probably mocked by one of those he was persecuting after he fell, rather than meeting Jesus. Back to basics. Oh. An easy guide to writing a petition for spell work. Wouldn't one's own compositions be binding upon oneself? I agree that the material pacts are written on can affect the outcome by their ability to evoke the people who take part. Repetition and distinctiveness remains important in this art. Relevance and having sympathy will be transcending at a depth's help. Interview with J.D. Temple, Lucifer, and the Left-Hand Path. There are certainly various male and female beings that wanted worshipped, and not so much as most would think of Satanism. Certain Christian groups forget that the end of the book of Revelations was written about that book, and before the further editing of the Bible, but almost all the rest of them are open to temporal and spiritual enlightenment. Lucifer seems to be a patron deity for those rejecting that denial of further people being spiritually gifted, or even merely an understanding that is outside their faith. Consequences may be just as real after death as in life, but certainly should be able to teach us something about that. Sleep paralysis and other physical phenomenon can certainly allow for a breakthrough to awareness of spiritual worlds. For some people, psychiatric medication either becomes sanctioned drug abuse, or it sets the mindset of psychological addiction. A true magical retirement would be an immersion in the spiritual life that is not detached from spiritual reality. E.A. Quetting says, Haitian voodoo priests are out to get him. I'm commenting on Magic Kool-Aid video, I think. E.A. Quetting seems to do a lot of precursory internet searches, watches some fiction, and occasionally teams up. I thought he is doing detailed work of some sort. E. Quetting's girlfriend has the same name as a male friend he would spend so much time with that his wife at the time was jealous. The interviews with people who obviously know little to nothing about Haitian religion. Why is Azazel the sodomizer? Maybe the wheelchair is from the supposed godhood going away when he was working or playing. Real religion would have a prophet who makes his money from what is only spiritual by intention, rather than being a professional worshiper. How do you know that getting intoxicated never helps anyone become haunted? Baron de Prince was a known scammer. A true spiritual path would allow for personal development of understanding without secret text, and any believer to spread the message without legal or spiritual fear. Web of Weird, Insider, the heart of Norse magic. The Romans referred to heathen and pagan as having no connection with religion. The Catholic and Orthodox branches of Christianity use the terms as insults for all monotheists and the polytheists who are not Christian. What if one can't explore the underlying spiritual reality by merely willing it to be so? Sidir Sitha, which is between rope and binding in meaning, is like the Norse version of yoga, religio, and other such terms. Words and movements serve to bring thoughts and feelings into the world outside ourselves. Word is, wirth, wired, captures the concept of something coming to pass or a personal change. Something is happening that we may become aware of and do affect the outcome of. Hail Satan!